Welcome to Hipnotik VIP Pass, your ultimate music journey.
Yeah, I'm tryna count this money up. Ungang pazamis, ayy. Ungang pazamis, ayy. Ungang pazamis, ayy. You ain't talking business, Ungang kulumis, ayy. Ungang kulumis. I gotta get the fees.
Your front row seat to the hottest tracks and stories. Unlock the beat, feel the heat, only on Hipnotik VIP Pass, the heartbeat of youth culture. You're tuned into the Hipnotik VIP Pass.
Hey, it's like Paris on my neck, my shit keep shining bright. I called up my ex to figure out what she on tonight. Baby, I don't care too much, I told you that you always mine. Way I only see the green and blue, feel like I'm colorblind. Tryna make these racks, bells ringing like a sin lines. Can't wait till I'm up, niggas let me down too many times. Me and all my homies on a mission, tell them get a line. She asked why my chain be going down, cause it's a special kind. Hey, where you going, babe? What you doing, babe? Body language sexy, seems to speak it fluent, babe. Hey, where you going, babe? What you doing, babe? Body language sexy, seems to speak it fluent, babe.
H-O-T-D-I-T-C-H OMG, can you come with me? Let you do your thing, now you're here with me. Say she feeling me, no one really me, no one really me.
Paris on my neck, my shit keep shining bright. I called up my ex to figure out what she on tonight. Baby, I don't care too much, I told you that you always mine. Way I only see the green and blue, feel like I'm colorblind. Tryna make these racks, bells ringing like a sin lines. Can't wait till I'm up, niggas let me down too many times. Me and all my homies on a mission, tell them get a line. She asked why my chain be going down, cause it's a special kind. Hey, where you going, babe? What you doing, babe? Body language sexy, seems to speak it fluent, babe. Hey, where you going, babe? What you doing, babe? Body language sexy, seems to speak it fluent, babe.
Giving you the all access, so the VIP pass access, not just any access, right here on the show. Welcome to it. It's another supercharged Saturday right here on your channel of choice, EBIS at 2FM. I am Supaphly saying welcome to a celebration of nothing but the best in our local superstars. I call them superheroes in the creative space, and this is where we get to give them all access. And I'm always gonna say this, even though this is our 4th episode, I feel like we should rename it to VVVIP Pass. It's no longer VVIP, but now there are 3 VVIPs. I am Supaphly, and of course on the show, I am not alone. I've got my man.
Yes, sir. Kein in the building. Welcome to another episode. We're on episode 4 now. Looking forward to a very wonderful show. We have some very special guests in the building today. The first song we played was from one of these guests. Very talented young man, I would say. You know, he just came from doing a show last weekend. He had a bunch of people with him, I'd say upcoming SA YouTubers and all that type of stuff. I'm not sure how he got that done.
VIP Artist of the Week.
JD, how are you doing, man?
What's up, everybody? My name is JD. Thank you guys for having me. Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Welcome to VIP Pass. So I guess you are our VVIP for the day.
Yes, ma'am.
And before we get to you, JD, just a reminder of what we're all about. We're all about just empowering the young people.
Yes,
we're all about motivating them into getting into the entrepreneurship mindset.
Yeah.
Because you're in music, because you're in the creative space, does not mean you cannot flip it around and turn it into a business. So how do young people now incorporate their talents into money? That's what we on about on the show.
That's what the show has been speaking on. Yeah,
and I can't wait for Mr. Senna to come through. Last week, just a recap for those that missed it, we had amazing guests in studio.
Yeah, we had OG King and DJ Crocky from the King X Kein group. Yeah. Those are my brothers. You know, we do a lot of work together. And we're just looking forward to releasing more stuff nowadays, just to get the ball rolling. The last time we dropped was in 23, but we still getting bookings off of that.
You also had Sean, was it?
Yeah, Sean, that's DJ Crocky,
Like, I'll never forget him. Okay, I forget the Sean because that's
his real name.
The entrepreneurship mindset comes.
Like as much as he's a DJ.
Exactly, he really opened up my mind to how you can use your extra gifts as well. Push through. So I am looking forward to having a JD as well.
We also have.
Tell us more about himself.
We also have Cairo in studio.
Hey, Cairo.
What's up, Cairo?
How you doing, sir? I'm fantastic. Thank you for joining us in studio. I see you're a young person. You'll definitely fit in well into the group today. And maybe just, Kein, you can give listeners what they can look forward to on the show as we await Miss Senna, who's going to break it down for us. And Gandolo's in the building.
Yes, we also have another segment from Gandolo. They're doing a lot of great work. So I guess for today's show, basically, we're going to be getting to know our two guests, I also have a couple of news stories, I guess, that have been trending throughout the week, stuff that's been happening in the States, maybe some things happening locally. So, we just got that sort of stuff. And then I think Senna will come through. She's literally almost here. So, she's outside,
So I think before maybe we get into our guest, let us welcome Miss Senna. Let us play a track. And of course, we're still keeping it local right here on VIP Pass. If you're an artist, you're a creative, make sure that you get in touch with us. I am Supaphly on the social media platforms, or just check out at Radio Fly. That's PHLY and ESS. Otherwise, we invite you to the VIP Pass.
Your front row seat to the hottest tracks and stories.
Telling all my homies time to get some extra cheese, cause the shit I'm cooking no gon' make a nigga buy a lease, cause the shit I'm cooking no gon' make some niggas try to beef. Look, I'm just making sure that everybody gets to eat. I've been thugging through the pain so I could double up the speed, just so they can know the name and get the word up on the street. Life be coming at me, need a second just to breathe, but I cannot take a break because of where I wanna be. Who got the sauce? I be in the kitchen whipping food for my dogs. Tryna get this bread, I'm in the room with your broad. Sees I'm really up, but never knew what it cost.
Hey, who let the dogs out? Yeah, we popping, causing problems when we outside. Your girl tryna get on top, that's the high life. And you boys couldn't get the sauce from the south side, all cause we south side.
Who got the sauce? Who got the sauce? Niggas tryna get this cheese, nigga. I got me degrees, nigga. Top 'em with this heat, ayy. Rapping for the streets every time we in the scene, nigga. You don't see the scenes when we up there, it's on me, nigga. Pushing all this P, I thought niggas knew the weight. Drowning out cause niggas feel like slaves, nigga. I got me the bass, pulling up and drop the tape, nigga. You don't know the case cause every day we switching. Telling all my homies time to get some extra cheese, cause the shit I'm cooking no gon' make a nigga buy a lease, cause the shit I'm cooking no gon' make a niggas try to beef. Look, I'm just making sure that everybody gets to eat. I've been thugging through the pain so I could double up the speed, just so they can know the name and get the word up on the street. Life be coming at me, need a second just to breathe, but I cannot take a break because of where I wanna.
You're tuned into the Hipnotik VIP Pass.
myself up when I fall, cause I can't stand the thought of me becoming nothing at all. As far as I can recall, I'm meant for greatness, every day demonstrating why I belong on these stages. Mama losing her patience, don't believe that I'll make it, wishing that I could turn my whole life around and just focus on something instead of waiting for opportunities to make money as a creative. I'm sorry ma, but that's just how far I'm willing to take it. Though you taught me all the basics, taught me I should be my own man and not be complacent. Wanted me educated so I can have an escape, and I fall in this situation where I find that I'm skipping meals and I'm begging peace for donations. And growing up I never knew that most of the good things that seem bad were meant to get me through. And to show you that same love, I hope my dreams come true, cause I wouldn't be this close if it were not for you. I do it all for you.
I know it's hard, I know it's hard, I know it's hard, I know it's hard, but I just gotta carry on. I know it's hard, I know it's hard, I know it's hard, I know it's hard, but I just gotta carry on.
Part of my patience, I'm working through paper passes, fully nighttime classes. Overnight strategies conceived on how I'm bragging, braggadocious with my passion, past the passive in my lane, cause we don't need you, get an active check. That disrespect on my door, I don't need to fetch. I'm fetching mentions, fetching passes, fully quarter press. Nike on the corporate Reeboks where I keep the set. I'm settled with the squad, evolution, get the job set. Mayhem in the mix, Kingdom XLR. Put some respect on all my niggas, we gon' get the job. It's faster, money light, the tissue in effect. The cars flashing lights, we don't need it cause we intercept. Car crash tonight, niggas feeling blessed. Losing on the mic and niggas get depressed. Throwing JD in the mix and Haley get respect. We suited for the mission, they on top, boy, get these niggas blessed.
Tell us about your childhood, or tell us about when the bug really kicked in for music here. Because I'm not going to say for rapping per se. I know you're versatile.
Yeah.
I just know you're versatile.
I'm versatile, yes.
Yeah.
True. Okay, for music, where it kicked in, I think it was just like my friends around me, you know, everybody was like, at some point, I think they made me listen to Eminem and I just fell in love.
Eminem, bro. Yeah.
You know, it's just like, yo, I love the way they merge words and I love the way they connect it. And then I think at a certain age, I was like, what if I could create?
Man.
And what was your story? As a young boy, how was your upbringing? What kind of a child were you?
Bratty. That's crazy. Yeah.
I was always like, you know,
behaving.
Quiet child.
Okay.
Yeah, because most of the time I just was sitting on TV at home. Only time I come out is when we're playing like street soccer.
Yeah, man.
And then otherwise, nah. I was the type to study.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not willingly.
Were you a straight A student?
Nah.
Not even. He says don't cap.
And Cairo knows you best.
He knows me a bit too well. Yeah. Now I was a student. I was talking. I wouldn't say talking my class. I was talking.
Yeah.
Top 10, top 5.
Top 10, top 5.
No way.
Okay. That's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome our other host of the show, Miss Senna is in the building. How you doing, ma'am?
We good. We fly. It's a Saturday.
Yeah, it's a supercharged Saturday.
Yeah, we going in, man. As you know, it's a VIP pass. I'm already feeling like a VIP.
Yeah.
Every day of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And I'm excited about a lot of things that we're going to talk about today. In terms of, okay, I got a very, very interesting review from one of our fans.
Okay.
He gave me a permission to call him a 2K.
Okay.
Hey,
So
2K.
the 2Ks are saying that no, like, let's plug them more about the more interesting things that are happening in Swazi.
Okay.
He wanted Swaziland to know about Project Party.
Yeah.
Project Party.
Yeah, do you know about that?
Yeah, JD was doing Project Party.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So
So they're like, plug us with the real stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, JD, tell us about it. You were there. Let's go.
Was it the Project Party?
What is Project Party?
So Project Party is urban culture brought to the people.
Mm.
We had like different genres, all the upcoming cats from different genres
Yeah.
together and showcase their talents. So that's really what we were about. And yeah,
I heard
Cairo and a lot more people part of the team. And we just tried to push that out because we felt like there's not enough stages anymore for us to really appreciate the younger generation.
True. Especially for hip hop. Every show is just the Amapiano, DJs, and what. So we have to create our own platforms. You're very right.
Yeah, I heard there were YouTubers from South Africa.
Yeah. Bruce, Sid,
Yeah.
Fargo, Palesa,
Yeah.
and Domingo.
Yeah.
So that sounds lit.
Yeah.
That was fun. Like having them around was, for me, who was running around, it was something. But for them,
Yeah.
everybody got to enjoy themselves. You guys can check out the vlogs.
For sure.
But then just also made it to the show.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
Fire.
When was this? Last week?
Yeah, last week.
Where was it happening?
The Manzini Club.
Yeah, we really need to be out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How are you calling yourself a VIP?
You
I
know.
want to feel like a VIP. I'm a 2K, guys. I don't have time for your
Yeah.
business stories.
They always,
Was this a first time project? Was this a first time show event?
Yes, it was the first time we had the Project Party.
Okay.
Yes.
And how was the turn up and the feedback from the people?
The turnout was expected. The feedback though was lovely. I think everybody was just like, oh, this was a great show.
When you say was expected.
I mean, it's like with our first show, we didn't
Oh.
expect too many people
Okay.
come through, but the people that did come through were the people who were just genuinely interested. Because another thing about that night was, we were in competition.
Yeah.
We had like spin happening, and spin is a
Oh,
big
yeah.
thing.
True that. Yeah.
Happened one time.
Yeah.
So this is an event that is organized by young people, for young people.
Yeah.
I love. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just so impressed at this moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is what I talk about, guys, and I talk about alignment. You know, like, look at him, the very guy, the perfect person to tell us about the project. So,
Yeah.
in the VIP Pass, we are trying to make sure that we are catering everybody because there are so many projects that are going on, and the youth are interested to know how to get a hold or how to be part of. Is there anything that the Project Party has set as a goal in terms of like putting in the urban culture, and what else, other spots, what are you looking up to?
And
or
also
looking
just
forward
taking it to the people out there,
Yeah.
because it's not just all about
Because
the
you have
urban.
fans, you have fans.
Outside
Yeah.
of the urban sphere.
Outside of the urban sphere, okay, let me start off with the first question. Our aim at the end of the whenever
Yeah.
is that every youth can feel empowered, not just feel like
Perfect.
they're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been around many great talents that feel stuck.
Yeah.
And that was so sad to see, because it's like all of you guys are talented. All you have to do is just go to South Africa.
Yeah. That's very true.
And that's not fair.
That's not fair.
There's so many platforms that I feel like at this current stage, I don't like using the word, but they are kind of exploiting the youth.
They definitely are. That is the truth. Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I'd like for there to be like something at least to push them to the next level.
Yeah.
And if it's like camps,
Yeah.
camps with them together and write together or make music together.
Yeah.
Like have something where it feels like their music will be taken seriously.
Yeah.
They will be taken seriously, and their careers of utmost importance.
Yeah.
Cairo, maybe you'd like to add on that, especially on the exploitation part.
On the exploitation part.
Yeah, please come closer.
Yeah. I feel like he's covered most of what I would have to say, basically. Because most of the youth don't really know the ropes around the music industry like that.
Yeah.
And us trying to help would help them get out of situations where they get exploited. In terms of they know what to do when signing deals or some things like that, and also they know how to carry themselves when they're negotiating for shows and bookings.
The first thing I would say is like we should stop performing for sixes. You understand? Don't take a break if you're carrying a 6. Yeah.
All that's left is that we get someone who's also who can see the vision and bring it.
Yeah.
Because we trying to start that thing because it's not someone in their house is crying tears that they can't write a lyric.
You know what I'm saying?
And then they come here when they're ready and they feel like, okay, I'm putting out my best work. And it's amazing. You get it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And all they get is like a sick pack.
Yeah, man. It's not
But
the
then
one.
again, I've also heard of artists being okay with that because they are told they are
promoting
themselves. Cairo?
No, let Davey.
Okay, like I think Project Party was my 24th show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can tell you one thing: the only exposure you get, it depends. It's either you get exposed to the right people, or you're just getting exposed
to the same people every weekend, even. You know? Yeah.
And they're sucking your energy.
And it doesn't add value to your work.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I definitely feel like the way you guys are approaching this, positioning your brands in this way definitely will help and like sort of inspire upcoming generations, you know what I'm saying, to like want to do things at that sort of scale. Even though it's at its beginning phases, you know, but we know where it can grow. We can see how far it can go. And I think it just like helps the youth knowing that there's shows for them, you know, like knowing they can go somewhere and they'll see people they watch on YouTube or artists they follow, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a good way to build the culture around the country, you know?
Yeah. But I'm also thinking, what was the role of having the YouTube bloggers come through? Because I think when we say let us stop performing for sixes, we are at a right age to stop that.
Yeah.
With technology, with the social media platforms. You own your brand, you own your craft. So maybe just to find out the role of the YouTube bloggers that were here, how did they empower young people or showcase to them that, you know what, you can use your social media to push yourself?
I think for us the most empowering thing just from the team, to us, if we just felt inspired. I have no other words because even when you see someone just do this with their phone, like record themselves, and you see the numbers they're getting, you think
racking up views.
I can do this thing.
Literally.
It's not too far-fetched. The road is narrow, but I can do this.
And what is some of the shared knowledge that they left?
They shared that there is a gap. And they need something like this, even on their side.
Okay.
So that's what they told me, separately.
Okay.
But other than that, I wouldn't know because I was busy running.
True.
So let's say like shows like VIP Pass are actually helping like spread the word in terms of like how much superpowers you can have, you know, because even for me, when I'm thinking about, you know, like there's so much stuff I'm interested in and I want to share, but then I think YouTube and I'm like, oh, you know, I don't have that, and like I can't probably pursue this, but you having done the show and you reporting back to us and saying, you know what, guys, don't make it seem like that famous person has taken the spotlight. You are still as unique. It's a narrow road, but push it because at the end of the day, there's no other you. You know,
true.
Whatever you did, I wasn't there, But I'm also like feeling the frequency of the inspiration right now to say to me like, no, there is the gap. You know, I'm taking that like hashtag gap, there's a gap, show your talents, and then maybe now we can like find ways to share more knowledge into how do you like monetize your channels or get faster there, because at the end of the day, it is SA, it is Swaziland.
Yeah.
Yeah, but opening a company in SA is just a phone thing, you just do it on the app.
Yeah,
Opening a company in Swaziland.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. So we
But
need someone that has done that. So I just wanna like maybe challenge you in terms of your social media pages, if you can find someone, because you are in like close proximity with those people that are working on these self projects and self branding things. Maybe next time when I go into a page, there'll be a video whereby you're like a testimonial from one of the people, like 1,000 subscribers. Okay, how did you get here? Maybe you're in Swaziland or you're in SA and you didn't see the way, but then you found the way, and then you can plug us through that and then follow you, more followers. Yeah, I feel like Project Party should do that, like follow up content on the people that were there in the show supporting you. Get follow up content so that we can learn and get more inspired. Would say, how do I continue on my path in terms of branding myself?
Yeah, because as young people, really, like seeing other people doing more stuff, you know, we inspire each other in a sense, you know what I mean? And it's very important for us to keep on trying new things, you know, getting into different spaces, you know, just keeping the ball rolling and not stopping, man. You know, it's very important, bro. Yeah.
30 minutes after 4 o'clock, it is a VIP pass still to come. We have Ngandolo, a podcaster. I am excited to find out what we're going to be dealing with, because in this creative space, it is very important that we also equip ourselves with the lore. You should know the lore. So we have Ngandolo, a podcaster, coming through in about 10 minutes. And of course, JD on the ones and twos, our very own local rapper, songwriter, and a producer right here on a VIP pass. And I'm gonna give it to him, but before I scare him off, because I want him to come back. Let's continue with the show. It is VIP pass. I'm with Kein as well as Miss Senna, not forgetting Cairo and JD.
Yes, ma'am. So in terms of stuff I found out about trending news, Drake released a rollout in America for something called what's the project called? The song's called What Did I Miss? The project's called Iceman, right? Yeah. I found that very interesting, you know.
What did I miss?
I found it very interesting, you know, because of the way he did it. Basically, it's just weird, you know, like there's a 1 hour clip on YouTube. For most of the video, there's nothing going on until probably the 16th minute or something, and then he pops up and starts performing. You know, like it's just an odd way to kind of release an album, and it's been getting a lot of backlash, you know, from people, you know, since his whole beef with Kendrick and all that type of stuff. People are saying he's fallen off. You know, this is not the kind of music we expect from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just been an interesting week, you know, for the entertainment scene, you know, so yeah.
I think Drake is one of those artists that are always pushing boundaries.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Like, seriously, that is what sets him apart for me. He's always trying to think outside of the box.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
I think it was very creative, personally, because, I mean, regardless of what people think, what did you think about the whole Drake versus Kendrick Lamar thing? Like...
Getting into that is just a whole nother thing. I'll see my
yeah.
And personally, what I like about what Drake is doing is showing that he's still relevant.
Yeah.
He can still find relevancy, because right now what he's doing is tapping into the live streaming.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, true.
For most of the body. Especially because what he did was basically give him an Easter egg in the live stream.
Yeah.
Like you never know. It might just pop up into another one.
Yeah. He said there'd be an episode 2 dropping, you know, so we're definitely looking forward to that. Personally, I am.
But in terms of musically,
like where? Here or out there?
no, with the whole project, are we loving it?
I mean, for me, I'm loving it, bro. I am loving that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm vouching for it.
No wrong.
Yeah. That guy. This guy, bro. You're on the wrong side for real. Listen.
Let's talk about Aubrey, guys. I just want to talk about Aubrey, not Drake. This guy is producing films, series. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
He is so talented, and he is not even afraid. So other people, it's about fighting him. But I wish they would just let him be.
Yeah.
You know, it's like picking at something because you're like curious who gives you the leeway to be yourself. It's like that. Kendrick doesn't need to fight with Drake.
Nah, not really.
It's not feasible. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because Kendrick is Kendrick. I mean, come on. And Kendrick has given us a lot of, you know, that King Kunta energy. Giving black people their power back.
I mean, their style and influences are very
different. True.
Very different.
It's like being picked on because you're the weird kid in high school.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same tip.
It's the same thing.
But personally, I just feel like Drake was, according to like the whole of hip hop, he was stepping on hip hop's toes now.
Why so?
Now, remember where hip hop started? It was a movement to empower the black people.
Okay.
So that for him to like now dumb it down, that's when it all feels like a blessing.
Oh, like the way he was now approaching the art form.
Yes, now it's a joke. Like mocking.
I get that, but it's like it's like, you know, transcending times. You can't always be the same artist you were, like, you know,
10 years ago.
You know, there's young people who are also consuming music. You can cater for them while you cater for the older generation with your older music, and they can stick to that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Like they cannot come after us because now we're talking about Project Party. We were talking about business. Like we have to cater for everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's give the platform. It's like when it's
just like comparing. Excuse me. It's just like comparing Hipnotik and Project Party.
You know what I mean?
Understanding that.
What are these two things?
It's one
catering for?
time, but trying to capture for different audiences.
Yeah.
And speaking of Hipnotik, in fact, Hipnotik is showing love for progress this year, coming in big. We're actually about to go in and dive deep into, we go deep into it after the Nkantolo showcase. But what I want us to understand is that Hipnotik is also keeping up with the times. It's also integrating a new initiative called EduSphere, which is supposed to upskill the youth. Instead of entertaining us, they also want to elevate us. So without the youth and the older stakeholders, there will be no balance.
True that.
Exactly. Exactly. I would love that. And speaking of which, guys, we don't know much about the law, but we have Nkantolo, and today it's all about Dlamini versus insurers. I'm interested in this one. Good afternoon, Eswatini, South Africa, Mozambique, 17 minutes before top of the hour, 5 o'clock. It is going to be Nkantolo right here on a VIP Pass.
Welcome to Hipnotik VIP Pass, your ultimate music church.
Yeah, I'm tryna count this money up. Ungang pazamis, ayy. Ungang pazamis, ayy. Ungang pazamis, ayy. You ain't talking business, Ungang kulumis, ayy. Ungang kulumis. I gotta get the fees.
Your front row seat to the hottest tracks and stories. Unlock the beat, feel the heat, only on Hipnotik VIP Pass. The heartbeat of youth culture. You're tuned into the Hipnotik VIP Pass. the heartbeat of youth culture.
It's always an absolute privilege to meet you on the Ngandolo streets. Let's jump right into it. The case for discussion happens in the High Court. The decision was delivered on the 2nd of July 2025. The person bringing the action is Dlamini. Now, the defendants are DBO Insurance Group and Oracle Life Eswatini. Those are defendants 1 and 2. Dlamini is the plaintiff. So Dlamini was many years ago hired as a heavy-duty driver between the years 1989 and 2003. Of course, if you're listening to this, you may not have been born at this time. You may have been as well. The company he worked for at the time was known as Swaziland Contract Furnishers. Now, an unfortunate incident happens where Dlamini is offloading some furniture from a work truck. He gets seriously injured and he ends up becoming disabled as a result. Now, his case is that the company has insurance exactly for such unfortunate incidents. The key to this entire case is whether the insurance companies he's suing are the correct entities to be sued for his disability claim. He is able to prove that indeed his employer had a life assurance policy scheme which was signed in June 1998 and that it covered disability. So you can already sense that this is what is known in the streets as a fine print case. So the insurers cited on the papers have a simple case that says, no, we are not the correct insurance companies to sue. So defendant 1 says the insurance policy does not say that the cover is provided by me. I was a broker, in other words, a middleman of sorts. Then defendant 2 says, well, I took over the insurance business from Metropolitan Life. Metropolitan Life had also taken over the business from Momentum. Furthermore, Momentum had taken over the business from Southern Life. So while I have links with Momentum and Metropolitan, I've never had any dealings with Southern Life. Okay, so that's defendant number 2's case. So how do the defendants go about defending themselves against Dlamini's claim? Well, they raise what is known as special pleas. What this simply means is that before the court goes on to consider whether there is a valid disability case or not on the facts of the matter, the court should simply pause to consider some preliminary points. I believe it's the Botswana and the Basotho who use words such as emanyane or emachanyane. In our language, mangancane. Mangancane nkosi ngandolo. Let's just determine some special pleas. So there are 2 that they both raise. Now, defendant 1, let's talk about the first one. Defendant number 1 says, I simply should not have been sued. I have been misjoined. I was a broker in the relationship between Dlamini and his employer on the one hand, and the relationship between the 2 of them and Southern Life on the other. So essentially, I'm raising a plea of misjoinder because I should not have been joined. Then defendant number 2 basically says something along the same line, says, I should not have been joined because I actually have nothing to do with Southern Life, period. So both are raising, pleas of misjoinder. So the first pleas raised by both is that of misjoinder, which simply means that Dlamini is going after the wrong entities. At least that's the case they're making against him. Then there's also a second special plea. Dlamini has decided to wait since 2003 all the way up to 2022. So if you look up the case number for this online, you'll find that it's a 2022 case. That's when he actually issues summons. So defendant number 2 then pursues this one and says, no. This claim is actually prescribed. So I don't know if you've perhaps, heard the phrase liqala alboli, which means that a legal claim, never expires. Well, defendant 2's case is that leli liqala selbolile. So in other words, if you wait all the way from 2003 down to 2022 to sue me, that's simply an unreasonable period. So that's the second plea. Now, defendant 2 then goes a step further and raises a third special plea. Defendant 2 says, Yadiksin, The insurance policy contract was concluded in the Republic of South Africa. Therefore, the High Court in Eswatini simply has no jurisdiction to decide it here. Now, the court then digs into all three special pleas. Of course, the court must now test everybody's case against the law. So the judge says, okay, if you join someone to court proceedings, that person must have what is called a direct and substantial interest in the matter you're suing them for. So colloquially, the court is basically considering, bangenapi both defendants 1 and 2. Should you really be suing them? The court is not entirely convinced that defendants 1 and 2 have nothing to do with the companies who actually did the signing. So the court says if the business was taken over, this simply means that the names of the insurers changed, but that does not wish away the contracts that had been entered into. So the court doesn't agree with the plea of misjoinder. Okay, so special plea number 1 is out of the way. So what is the case then on the prescription? The court observes the 17 years that have lapsed since the incident took place. The court further observes that there is no statute or legislation. In other words, there's no written law which has been passed by our parliament which prevents anyone from bringing a claim just because time has lapsed, this kind of claim for money. So in other countries like South Africa, for example, some monetary claims do prescribe if they're not pursued within 3 years. And the reason for that is that they actually have a prescription act. Now, the court goes on to further observe that Dlamini has not just been, and these are the words that the court uses, sitting on his laurels. In other words, he has demonstrated that since 2004, he has basically been knocking on the insurer's doors. The court also takes into account that Dlamini's employer closed down some years ago. The court further finds that, this guy is a general laborer who carries, and that fact on its own just carries with it the implication that, his failure to approach a court, to approach a ngandolo, should not be counted against him, as he may not necessarily have, the level of proficiency to pursue his case in the best way. So, on the special plea of jurisdiction, okay, so that's the second special plea done and dusted. Now, on the special plea of jurisdiction, the one where the defendant, second defendant, basically says, Southern Life, the South African insurer, has not been sued here. Insurance companies that have been sued are actually in Eswatini, and they are not the ones, that entered into the agreement. Well, the court simply says the South African insurer is not the one that's been sued. The ones that have been sued are the ones that operate here in Eswatini. So essentially, the court finds that there's simply no logic even pursuing the special plea or even the arguments on jurisdiction, because it finds them to be irrelevant. So what's the result then of this case? The court dismisses all three special pleas, and then it orders that the case on the facts should simply proceed to trial. Now, this doesn't mean that Dlamini has inevitably won his case. It simply means that the court has dismissed the preliminary points and will now proceed to hear the evidence. So the court is essentially saying, guys, let's just get to the crux of the issues. Let's get into the facts. Well, that is the end of this case discussion in particular. And this is where I remind you that as you pursue your dreams of gold, remember that you must have a basic understanding of the law. Now, this segment is not a lecture. It's not an expert opinion. It is quite literally a summary of a case that you yourself can find on the internet right now. Better yet, visit Ngandolo. Go to a courtroom on any weekday. Just sit there, listen to cases. The entire purpose even of court hearings proceeding in public, to a large extent plays an educational role for you. Old or young, you have that right to just walk into a courtroom, sit down in the benches, sit down in the pews, and just listen to cases being decided. This can help you make some decisions, around your own life. So, ditch the Ngandin, Gotamela the Ngandolo, Supaphly, Kein, Senna, the entire team have, paused to bring you the segment courtesy of EBIS 2 in partnership, of course, with Swazi Jive. So, asbonge. Till next time, awe.
Yeah, pick myself up when I fall, cause I can't stand the thought of me becoming nothing at all. As far as I can recall, I'm meant for greatness, every day demonstrating why I belong on these stages. Mama losing her patience, don't believe that I'll make it, wishing that I could turn my whole life around and just focus on something instead of waiting for opportunities to make money as a creative. I'm sorry ma, but that's just how far I'm willing to take it. Though you taught me all the basics, taught me I should be my own man and not be complacent. Wanted me educated so I can have an escape, and I fall in this situation where I find that I'm skipping meals and I'm begging peace for donations. And growing up I never knew that most of the good things that seem bad were meant to get me through. And to show you that same love, I hope my dreams come true, cause I wouldn't be this close if it were not for you.
It is VIP Pass. A big shout out to Ngandolo, listening to a very interesting one. And of course, I am definitely taking that advice.
Yeah,
it's
that's
quite
great advice.
interesting just to go into court and follow up on these proceedings. And sometimes, like he says, there's a lot
that you can learn.
Get to learn.
Yeah,
and
you might
very,
end up
very
not
important.
murdering anyone just because you're there in court watching a murder case.
Even understanding the language itself.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
I'll kill you.
Otherwise, before we call it a wrap, I believe Mr. Senna, we had a fantastic time, and thank you for your availability today. Kein, as always.
Yes, ma'am.
A shout out to you, JD, Cairo. You guys are awesome. Miss Senna.
Yes, we are talking about Hipnotik, the most anticipated event.
And people are still doubting.
There's a billboard out there. I don't know.
Billboards are out there.
Yes, ma'am. The marketing is well underway.
I had to literally go physically
and touch it.
So that I'm sure it's AI is out of the
Oh my God. Yeah, but the marketing is well. Yeah.
But it's quite interesting because, like you say, a lot of people have been waiting on it, have been calling on it. They are looking forward to it. The least that we can do as Maswati, as creatives, let us support each other.
Yes,
exactly.
That's the least. I mean, if I'm saying people are already, I still have that doubt. I don't know how they want. I would promise.
You know what I'm saying? They want to see it when they believe it. So.
Hipnotik is coming with a remix. Yeah. Sakile Tambona, he put a lot into this, and I'm so proud of even being the one to speak about this in terms of the Hipnotik is going to give us another VIP pass, a gateway into Swazi Jive's initiative for this whole concept called Edusphere. So Edusphere is about transforming entertainment into a gateway for youth empowerment. So there'll be upskilling, and then there's going to be digital education, something that we really need in Eswatini. That is why I feel like it's going to be a 2-day festival, because there's a lot of content that will be shared there. For example, there'll be micro workshops. In those micro workshops, we're looking forward to digital branding and marketing to be able to position yourself, as we were talking with JD earlier. And in these, you're going to be learning what digital marketing is and what it can do for your business, whatever you are selling, even in social media. We're going to have tech companies helping, educating, and workshopping our local vendors in Eswatini. And then we are going to be also focusing on artist relations for the creatives. Artist relations and business, which means understanding contracts, IP, and of course, financial literacy.
Yeah, and I think they made a game about that is like online. You know, it's like sort of like something you can play. Gives you tips, like, you know. So yeah, I think if you go press on the links, you know, you find out about all this stuff. Yeah, the Hypnotic game, that mogul game, like music mogul game.
I played it.
So yeah, you played that.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I get to make guava.
Yeah,
I make good decisions.
Yeah, so it teaches you and like puts you in different scenarios, so you know you can learn how to handle certain things and all that.
So this is just more than a festival.
Yes, it's community outreach.
Yeah,
it's for community impact. So as we close the show, I want you to know that Hipnotik is coming with, you know, education for the youth as well as entertainment. So I'd like Emma Swazi to take the show very, very seriously, as we previously did. Not only are we waiting for the artists, but waiting to be educated and be put on. And there's a surprise that Swazi Jive has for the vendors in terms of getting stalls. So you may see that you qualify. You know,
out there,
throw on the pay.
And not just vendors, there's also a great opportunity
for artists. You can still join the BTTC 10K challenge. You can stand a chance to win a slot at Back to the City and the Hypnotic Festival. The Hypnotic Festival is on the 4th, and then Back to the City is on the 11th. So if you go on to the Instagram pages, Facebook, you know, hit the links that you find on that specifically, and you can join and stand a chance to win. Yeah.
JD, how do people connect with you?
You can connect with me via Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and then if you just know someone who has my number, just don't be afraid to call me.
And for bookings, same. Same thing with
Yeah.
bookings. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. What an hour. It literally did not feel like an hour.
Yeah.
We got to bounce. We are back next week, Saturday. Tell somebody to tune in, especially if you're a young person looking to further and empower yourself in whatever craft you have been gifted on. This is your plug. This is your platform. I am Supaphly together with...
Senna in the building.
Kein, I broke my glasses on my way here. Somebody owes me. I'm playing.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it to court.
You're tuned into the Hypnotic VIP Pass.